What's up, Blasianeers and Blasianettes? So I'm gonna give you guys my quick review for Arrow Season 6. If you're not all caught up yet, there's gonna be spoilers in this review. So that is your warning, that is your cue to leave. Now, let me get right to the recap. Now, with that holy shit cliffhanger with last season's finale, where everyone was on the island and the island just blew up because of Prometheus, we didn't know who would come out of it alive and who wouldn't. Basically, every key member of Team Arrow is basically alive, but not everyone has come out undamaged. But who I predicted, however, who would, basically die from that aftermath is William's mother. I knew that they were going to do that to push the whole story forward with Oliver's son, and just to get rid of her, and then where he has to come in and basically take him in. And I knew that was going to happen. And I figured, they don't have the balls to kill off any key members of Team Arrow. I mean, like at least the ones that I would point out, like Diggle or Felicity. Like, if they did, I would definitely respect them for that. But I knew most likely they weren't going to do that. So it did not surprise me that they came out alive. But speaking of Felicity, I gotta say, the showrunner took a really bold chance in rekindling their relationship. They hinted that in the season 5 finale, and you saw it in episodes leading up to that. But the fact that they wanted to go ahead and just get these two people, just get them married and be husband and wife. I know a lot of people had concerns because they were poorly handled. That relationship was poorly handled in season 4, especially. So it's like, why make the same mistake? But I gotta say, the way they have been handled this season, it did not feel like a spit in food and before they handed it to you. That's not how it felt to me. I feel like they handled it much better. And I gotta say, with the whole thing with the Oliver and the team splitting up, with the whole Team Arrow just basically scattering, because we find out that Oliver has kept up, Renee, Dinah, and Curtis under surveillance, and then you find out that Renee outed him as the Green Arrow with Agent Watson or whatever her name is, who basically declared that she was going to keep a close eye on him and the team. Like, I know you're up to something, I know you're behind this, I know you're Green Arrow, yada yada yada. Basically Lance 2.0. But I understand why Renee did it. He was, concerned about the safety of his daughter. I totally understand that. Even though he could have just came to him, if he only did it just to fend for himself, and you take, the daughter out of the story and it's just him and he's not a father and he's just looking out for himself, then yeah, he would be a total coward. But with that being said, since he is a father, I understand that reason alone, even though he was wrong for doing that. And as that's the separation went on, the more it went on in the second half, the worse it got, and to where it was like, wow, they look more and more like hypocrites and total assholes. Like, what the hell? Especially Dinah. She looked like the biggest hypocrite of the three, and she made some mistakes, and then they still forgive her for it. Like, what the fuck? But it was like it seemed like Team Arrow was never going to come back together. And surprisingly, they did. I was almost convinced it was not going to happen this season. Like, it was going to take until next season at some point for them to all come back together. But they surprisingly, worked through all that. They reconciled everything, and it's pretty amazing. And I'll say this: Diggle had a much better reason to be pissed off with Oliver than they did with Oliver. Because he basically, under the control of Ra's al Ghul, put Diggle's family in danger. So yeah, Diggle had a better reason to be pissed off with him. But anywho, over to the villains. Now, with Caden James, he carried the first half of the season pretty good. And, he, had the Black Siren under his control and had everything going on, and And then we find out in the second half that he's basically a puppet as well, like where he's a pawn of a hidden main villain who turns out to be Diaz, who basically disguised himself as one of, you know, Kate and James's lackeys, and he's the one pulling the strings. And I didn't think of him as a main villain at first. I mean, I still kind of don't. I mean, he does have some good villainous qualities to him, like where he has resources, friends, and hidden and hiding in, like, I mean, like, just basically friends in high places. And as you get closer to the end of the season, you see that he is a total hothead to where you do not want to be around him when things are not going his way. I mean, he just loses it. I mean, I'm afraid to stand next to the guy when he starts to have a major bitch fit. But damn. But still, I mean, I feel like he would be like someone's second, you know, like right-hand man. You know what I mean? Like where there's someone else basically telling him to call the shots, and he reports it back to that person. But it is what it is. He's the main villain of the season, and hope to the end. Like, holy fuck, that ending! If they didn't announce that the actor who plays Lance is gonna be exiting after this season, who basically is done after this season, I would not have seen Lance's death coming a mile away. I mean, after they announced that, I kind of put two and two together. Like, okay, so Sarah's gonna appear in the season finale. Wow, so that's why, because they're killing him off. And like, what the fuck? And then what I didn't see coming is Oliver being arrested once again, and basically going out to the media and basically telling everyone that he is the Green Arrow. And that's how it ends, where he goes behind bars and Diaz is still alive and out there. I mean, they won the battle against Diaz, but the war against Diaz is far from over, and that's how it ends. I'm like, wow. I mean, how can it top last season's cliffhanger and then they did this? I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I know that he comes out in the comics as Green Arrow, but shit, I didn't think they were gonna do it this soon. Like, what the hell? And then Diaz is still out there because Black Siren, you know, had to, you know, fucked up everything when Green Arrow had him right where he wanted him. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, by that all being said, Arrow Season 6 gets 4 cheerspins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 cheerspins. So if you guys enjoyed my review for Arrow Season 6, make sure you thumb up the video, click subscribe if you're new to the channel, click the bell, click that bell icon so you can know when I'm going to upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.